Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Chamomile.
And Convo.
The Connection Podcast.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Woo, what's up? How
How we
y'all
doing? How we
doing?
doing?
Doing good. Excited to be here. Happy to be here for this third episode. We're making progress, y'all. We're making progress.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go around and introduce ourselves again for any first-time listeners out there. I'm Sai,
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Olivia.
and before we get started, we did want to start with a disclaimer, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, and we apologize, everyone, guys and gals and listeners. We should have mentioned this on the first episode, but hey, we're human. We make everyone makes mistakes here and there. But the disclaimer is we are not licensed therapists. We're not psychiatrists. We're not professional counselors. We are individuals that love to do research. We give our opinions. So we just want to clear that out. We're only here to share information, and we want y'all to receive the information and take it and find your own individual truths. Just a disclaimer. If you're depressed, seek a counselor, someone who's licensed, LPC. If you're dealing with any addiction, anything of that nature, we are all telling you as a team and as individuals that care about you, seek professional help. So we just want to put that out there. We give information, we give our opinions, and we reference research and documentation, but still, we're not licensed, we're not therapists. We're just here to give information and to help you all. We all want to start this podcast to give people hope, to give people meaning, to give people purpose, and to really just help people find themselves and to just share information so people can reach their potential and be successful with what we provide and what we discuss and talk about. Sorry, Olivia, you want to add anything to that?
Absolutely. I mean, you got it. I just want to say, at the end of the day, we're just three people who just love talking.
Yeah.
Right.
Very true.
And we'll have obviously we'll share a lot of, like Jeremy said, we like research, we like talking about these topics, but at the end of the day, we are gonna be opinionated to some extent. So take the information that we give out in this podcast and go out, do your own research, and make up your own opinion, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're just here to have fun. We're here to spread the information we're reading, the research we're reading, just because it's the passion of ours. And so, yeah, definitely, we are not counselors. We just really enjoy these topics and this research.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yes.
So, for the listeners, this episode is going to be focused on providing, having conversations and providing information that's based upon human connections in regards to bettering ourselves and, things that we can do to increase our relationship skills and how to maintain relationships and to better ourselves in the workplace, even within our careers, we're going to talk about and discuss things that we can do to help develop our career skill sets, how we can elevate within our jobs, and how we can just be, good individuals and better ourselves as individuals and things of that nature. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. Sai, Olivia, you want to kick it off? We can get this going.
Absolutely. So yeah, we want to bring you guys some applicable skills that you could be incorporating and how to make connections like with your career and your personal life, maintain those relationships. Because at the end of the day, relationships, communication, connection is vital to our existence. It's important for our careers, and it just makes life easier. In my opinion. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I think for me, like, one way I've like personally improved my connections is as simple as learning how to have a conversation. Like, I think to a lot of people, you're like, what do you mean have a conversation? That's so intuitive. But I don't know. Sometimes you get stuck and you're like, I don't know what to say. And you get so focused on your like internally that you forget that you're just here to listen, take pressure off, and genuinely get to know people and just be authentically who you are and show up, you know?
Absolutely.
That's funny. I was literally just gonna say that.
Do it. Take it.
Yeah, I think it starts with communication, which, in this case, having conversations, having the ability to start conversations with people that you might not already know, right? I think like you mentioned, a big part of it isn't thinking about maybe the right things to say, but really, I think the intention needs to be, you have to try to get to know the other person, or you have to be genuinely interested in understanding the other person. I think that will naturally guide and build connections. I was speaking to someone, and this is a personal, like we said earlier, we're not therapists. This is very opinionated. But I was speaking to someone earlier, and we're talking about how Riz is such a lost art nowadays.
Yeah.
Riz, slang short for charisma. But basically, I feel like, there's a lot of people that go to bars or clubs, and their main priority is just to, pick up lines. That's where pickup lines come from. Pick people up, just make those short connections. But I think the intention has to be, hey, you're trying to get to know the other person, right? If you're so focused on what you could say to impress the other person, but you're not even connecting with the other person, like if you don't know anything about the other person, there's nothing there. So I think really having charisma is being able to have that genuine interest in learning about other people.
Absolutely. I like that. And you mentioned something very, very interesting, and it's actually a term, and it's genuine. The term genuine, when you said genuine, because in order to have charisma, we must be authentic. And this is something that we talked about, last week, not on the episode, but when we were just interacting and discussing and preparing for this episode, is authenticity. In order to have charisma, we must be true to ourselves and authentic. What do I mean by that? I mean, we have to, like Saya was talking about, we have to have clear intentions. If we're going out and we're going to a bar or any social gathering, we want to make sure that we have an expectation set on why we're going, and making sure we have a clear conscience of making genuine connections and trying to build relationships. But we can't do that if we're not being authentic within ourselves, and if we're not sure of what we want or what our intentions are at. So some of the ways of being authentic is having goals put in place, having boundaries, letting yourself be someone who wants to grow, wants to better themselves, and just being honest. It's all about honesty. If you like something, then you like it. If you don't, you don't. And that's a starting point. Just really identifying what it is that you like, what are some things that you don't like, and what do you really want out of life? What do you want of yourself? Right. And so I think that's very important. I just want to put that out there, aside, Olivia.
No, I totally agree, because it's like we're speaking from the perspective of people that want to make connections, that want to have conversations with people, and it's like, what do you want? Do you want to go to a social gathering and connect with people, or are you just kind of looking to just be in a new environment, So it's important to really grow in that understanding of yourself. And yeah, I think if you do want to have I feel like a lot of people these days just have that social anxiety of they want to make connections, they want to go to social gatherings, but there's just so much pressure on it. And I think just like what you said, Jeremy, it's okay to take a step back, breathe, take the pressure off, and just authentically show up as yourself. And it's okay if when you show up, there isn't a connection,
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you're not supposed to connect with certain people, and that's okay. And you will connect with other people, and sometimes you might not connect the first time, but you'll connect the second time. So just when it comes to connection, just don't put so much pressure on it. First impressions aren't everything,
Right.
It's okay if you show up weird, if someone else shows up weird and you're like, that wasn't accurate to who I am, and you show up again until you feel confident and you feel like yourself.
Right. And I think repetition's huge to build up this skill particular. I mean, for any skill really, but I guess in the sense that I believe it's called rejection therapy, where you go into any social situation where sometimes it could be you're trying to get something from the other person, but it could be just as simple as just making conversation with someone. But if you go into it understanding, or sometimes even expecting that, hey, I might get rejected, but that's okay. And you do that enough times, I think because the initial weight or the possibility of rejection really, that's the big source of anxiety for a lot of people. But if if there's enough repetitions, that fear slowly goes away, and I think that's how you get better at communication in general.
Absolutely. And another thing, when speaking of anxiety and or worry or anything of that nature, when we find ourselves a lot, and this is coming from my personal experience in the past, is that I remember that I always tried to be someone that someone else wanted me to be outside of what I wanted myself to be. And that occurs through, speaking of repetition, a repetitive or a repeating pattern over time throughout years of trying to fit in, allowing others to control the narrative or dictate to us, and especially to me, because again, this is from personal experience of going through that pattern so much, where I began being honest, living a lie, and wearing a mask and not being true and to myself, and living like this false identity. So I think it's very important for us to slowly remove the mask by living a life based upon our needs and what we want for ourselves, and not living a life that is based upon the expectations that others have placed upon us through our allowing them to place it upon us in the first place. And of course, if you're a child, and you're staying with parents and stuff, that's different. But I'm saying, when you come into your adulthood and things of that nature, it's very easy for us to live a life based upon what society wants or what our friends want, and that comes from lack of confidence and things of that nature. So I think it's very important to recognize that and begin having those self-reflections of what we want for ourselves, and then begin to make progress or start taking those initiative steps to figure out what it is that we want, and to start doing research and seeking help so that we can get on the right path of self-actualization, self-realization, and becoming an authentic human being and doing what's best for us. And I think once we start doing that, we can build up that confidence and self-esteem through time, and then start living more, authentically.
Absolutely. I was reading an article by the American Psychological Association just on the power of conversations, and they referenced a study by M. Cardis in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology that basically said, like, sometimes you feel really uncomfortable going deep with people, like showing that, lowering the mask, showing that authentic self, and especially when you're like with a stranger and anything. But their research showed that having those deep conversations over time felt way less awkward than they expected, and actually led to more connection with each other, obviously, because you're going deep, but also it improved happiness, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
yeah, that is.
I that makes a lot of sense, because I guess and from what Jeremy said of having to have a mask on and you're hiding your true self. If you're not having those deep conversations and you're not revealing your true self, that's going to weigh on you over time, where if you're the only one that knows yourself and you're being molded or trying to fit a mold that someone else set, and you're not having those deep conversations, over time, that would be pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought that was so cool. This article also talked about how Diana Samir, who's a PhD and an associate professor for the of psychology at Princeton University, did some studies to scan brains of people having conversations, and it revealed like interpersonal dynamics, which I thought was kind of cool. And what she found was like strangers, when having conversations and getting these scans, were really similar over the course of the conversation. And basically, two people were trying to find common ground with each other.
Right.
So, which that's like, oh yeah, because you're trying to get on each other's wavelengths, right? When you're meeting someone, you're trying to find and match their mental state and kind of connect with them in that way. And then what was cool was when she scanned friends, they also started off with that close together mental like scanning and states, and then throughout the conversation it would diverge because you're comfortable and you could go off and come back together. And like, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
that is very cool.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
That makes a lot of sense, because that's true comfort. Is when you build that relationship, you don't have to mirror the other person necessarily. That's pretty interesting.
What do y'all both think? And this is something that we can kind of take a turn towards, and that's like relationships, intimate relationships, even those who may be married. What are some things that Si and Olivia, that you are wouldn't even say advice because I mean, obviously none of us are married, but what is your opinions when it comes to those who may be in a specific relationship or friendship or who may currently be married? What are some things that they could do to strengthen the relationship or bring about, better understanding to keep the relationship stable and intact from your opinions? It can just be relationships in general or friendships.
Right.
Yeah.
I think any relationship starts with communication, obviously, but especially romantic relationships. But yeah, there can't be a relationship without communication, right? I think having honest, open, just genuine conversations really deepens the connection, as we've spoke about so far. I'll say something else that I think most people don't think about with all of your relationships, your friends, family, like your romantic relationships. Don't forget to have fun.
Right.
I think a lot of people, obviously it's serious, the relationships are serious, but if you don't make time for play, for anything that's entertaining, something that, you know, both of you enjoy, or maybe it's your family, I think that could be really nourishing to the relationship as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's interesting about especially what you said, Sai, about like your instinct immediately was like communication. You got to have communication in your relationship. Well, I'm trying to like see the specific study this is coming from, but I don't want to quote it if it's not an actual good source. Like, where's this number coming from? I don't want to give you guys false information. Okay, I'm not going to quote it, but I agree with you.
It's a good thing we sent out that disclaimer, huh?
Right.
Oh, absolutely. You guys, I'm not going to start saying fake numbers also if I can't trace back where it came from. But I remember in one of the relational psychology courses I took in college, I wish I could remember the name of the marriage counselor, but they had said, what if there was no communication, like if there was silent treatment, that the marriage would probably fail because of the lack of communication. And it was a sign of people really giving up, not just like slightly avoiding or having fear in the relationship or emotions or fighting. It was the lack of communication that was the most detrimental. So definitely communication is so important, and identifying if you're not communicating, identifying like what is the root reason I'm not communicating. Is there like a lack of trust? Like I don't feel safe, I don't feel heard. And so I would say for people in marriages like where there isn't communication, figure out the root cause and really go to a counselor at that point,
Yep.
Right, because we're not married, listeners. Because I know some of y'all married is gonna be listeners like, they're not even married. Ain't that hypocrisy? Is that contradiction? Hey, again, we're up here having a discussion, and you're correct. We're not counselors. We're not married. But we're just giving you some information and opinions to help better your marriages, because we know people who are married, and and we know that we're all human. So there are things that we can do as individuals on the individual level that can better in general that can better the married population out there. So we just want to just put that out there,
Right.
Yes, we are we are relational people. We're not married.
Right.
For us, it's like a friend stops talking to us. Maybe in a year we talk again. We'll still be friends. Or maybe some of those people just drift off. Or like no communication.
Right.
Yeah.
And honesty. I think when it comes to relationships, friendships, even relationships that we have with family members, and just family in general. It's all about honesty as well. Be upfront. Be honest about a situation. Be honest about a comment that someone may have made that you liked or disliked. Speak about it. That's when maturity comes in. Be mature enough to speak about it. You don't have to do it in front of a lot of people, because that right there is trying to put on a performance. Make it personal. Wait till it's just you and that individual, and y'all sit down, y'all have that conversation, y'all talk about it, and hash it out. Especially if there's a conflict, and by doing that, it will create more of a respect between the two, or between the group of individuals, even if it's a group sit down. And even if y'all decide to not communicate anymore, be friends anymore, or just deal with each other anymore, the fact that you as a group sat down and had the conversations about whatever the subject matter may have been about, or whatever the issue was, or whatever the conversation is about, just being honest and having that conversation can strengthen the relationship, or it can just bring about more of understanding and respect for both parties, or the parties involved. So honesty is key to the listeners out there. All about honesty, because if you're honest, you're going to feel so much better after the conversation has been had, regardless of what the outcome is, regardless if y'all go separate ways or clash or whatever. But when you're being honest with the individual, you're also being honest with yourself, and that's why you feel so much better afterwards. So honesty is very important when it comes to relationships, and keeping relationships intact, or just having a healthy relationship overall.
I think also that has to do like I think sometimes we get so caught up in our routines and having these weird cycles of just toxic negative cycles, and all of a sudden identifying and being honest about what's going on in your relationship helps break that negative cycle. And whether breaking that negative cycle, I feel like whenever you break a negative cycle, like you show up, you say, I'm shutting down during this conversation, I'm not feeling, I'm really frustrated, whatever might be coming up. If your partner or the person, your friendship or your family member takes that the wrong way, it's good to sit out of your emotional brain and reflect on just having some awareness and being interesting that that's how they're reacting to my honesty and how I'm feeling. And maybe we do need to how can we turn this into a positive interaction or a positive cycle? And if sometimes you're not able to, sometimes you are, and you grow in your relationship. And sometimes you just grow in awareness that this isn't going to work, that I don't feel taken care of, or I don't feel listened to, or I feel like I keep getting into this toxic routine and we've addressed it, but it doesn't change. And maybe it's time to separate myself from this relationship. And there's a lot of emotionally focused therapy that kind of go into identifying those cycles and breaking them in the moment. And so if you're interested in that kind of thing, definitely look up emotionally focused couples therapy sessions, because it's not just for couples, it can be applicable to all relationships.
Absolutely. And since we only have about 10 minutes left, let's quickly discuss how to develop skills in the workplace within our careers. If either one of you want to touch upon that. I mean, we all work and we all have been in like programs or certain programs on jobs that help develop skills. But yeah, Sai, Olivia, go ahead and take the floor with this when we have a few minutes left.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record again. Guess what I'm about to say.
What is it? I don't want to guess on it.
Communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All together now. Communication.
Yeah.
But really though, I mean, it's I think it's a big it could be a big, I mean, it does play a big part in just our day-to-day lives, but just, if you're going in for an interview and once you do get the job, you still have to communicate with people, right? So being able to write, speak, listen, read, and really effectively communicate with your coworkers, that's a huge skill. And obviously, you're not just born with that. That is something that comes with, like I said earlier, repetition. If you're prepping for an interview, just have a buddy interview you, right? Just do it a bunch of times and really try to get as much practice as you can. And I would say same goes for writing too. Don't rely on ChatGPT. Learn how to write emails.
Yeah.
Right.
Salutations.
Yeah. I'd say that's key.
I agree, and I think it's communication and initiative.
Mhm.
Like, go do your research. Like Sai was saying, prepare yourself for whatever opportunity that you're going for, and express that to people. Like, engage with people. Most of the time, you'll find out that people are really willing to mentor, support your growth. If they're if they're a member of leadership, they take note that you're taking the initiative to express to them your interest in a certain area. And go do your research in your professional growth. You don't have to wait for somebody to bring an opportunity to you. If you're interested in a certain topic, do the research, propose it to your manager that this is something that you want to specialize in, grow into, and really you're in control of your growth and development, whether you're going to stay at one company or move to the next. Like, this is your career journey, so don't be afraid to take that initiative, develop yourself, build others up as well, share your knowledge with people. I think those have been, from what I've seen in the workplace, have been really influential, and you can tell the people that really take ownership of their development versus the people that don't. Go look at Indeed. They have an article about 10 ways to build connection and why they're important, and they kind of in different words go over kind of what I was saying, like participating in your industry and being outgoing and like connecting with others. So they have some good, they express it in a way that's kind of grounding as well, because they kind of talk about caring for others and showing your gratitude, because if you show you care, then people invest in you as well, because they're genuine.
And even on the job, there are plenty of training courses. Most organizations, if not 99.9% of them, have training courses if you want to increase your skill sets or learn different skills, whether if it's project management, etc. There's plenty of programs. Also, don't be shy to seek out a mentor on the job, someone that you value, someone who has a lot of experience within the organization that doesn't mind showing you different tips and having you to shadow them and to learn different things, and just make sure you take notes, make sure you document a lot of things, and also just challenge yourself. And there's a lot of different different organizations that you can join, and programs that help you build relationships, get to know your colleagues, and to just develop your skills and take things to the next level.
Absolutely. And also want to stress that, what we've spoken about so far, that's um, kind of applies for like almost any industry, but obviously you should be doing the research for what it takes in your industry to really be successful. So,
Absolutely.
I like any technical skills, any skills that you're going to need on top of just the interpersonal skills, it's on you, like Olivia said, to take initiative and do the research and get a game plan going for how you're going to develop those skills.
Indeed. Well, I think this was a pretty good episode. What do y'all think? This was great.
I agree.
I might be a little biased, but yeah, it's all about connection with each other and putting yourself out there. And it's okay to not be perfect, and it's okay to, like, we're just all out here doing our best. And you're gonna run into people with good hearts that want to build you up just as much as you build them up.
Absolutely.
Yep, I agree. Well, to the listeners, we hope you enjoyed this episode. We really appreciate you for tuning in. If you have any questions, be sure to follow us on our Instagram at Chamomile_Convo. And we will be doing interviews in the near future. So if you have interest, just let us know. And again, you can follow us on Instagram at Chamomile_Convo. I think I got that right.
Mm-hmm. You can find us.
Yep.
But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, whatever time it is.
Or morning time. Y'all take care.
Time.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.